Welcome to our channel, where you can update the tense, attractive, and unforgettable developments of the TV series Beyond the Gates. Join us to follow the most dramatic developments of the week. When a disappearance shakes the entire community and stirs up deadly hatreds in the dark. And don't forget, if you love dramatic developments like this, click follow and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any important details. When the news of Tyrell's disappearance spread, the atmosphere in the community seemed to freeze. No one could believe this could happen, especially for someone like Tyrell, who was known for his determination, bravery, and wide connections everywhere. His disappearance without a trace while still working on important projects raised a wave of skepticism everywhere. All eyes were on Martin, a character who was never above the dangerous rumors. Martin's shady past connections, his inexplicable escapes from punishment, and his unusual silence in recent days had left the public unable to sit still. Theories began to explode, most of which leaned towards the possibility that Martin was the one behind this mysterious incident. The community became chaotic. Fear spread like an epidemic, and faith in safety gradually disappeared. However, things did not stop there. A real bombshell exploded when Kenneth, Tyrell's closest friend, also a person who always acted decisively and never accepted injustice, publicly announced that he would kill Martin. It was not an emotional threat but a cold, hateful, and fierce warning. Kenneth believed that Martin had kidnapped Tyrell, and if that was true, he would not hesitate to kill Martin in revenge. That statement shook the entire community. Those who knew Kenneth knew that when he was determined to do something, nothing could stop him. Everyone was suddenly divided into two factions. One that doubted Martin and secretly supported Kenneth, the other that feared that Kenneth might go too far and let things spiral out of control. But no matter which side they were on, everyone agreed on one thing: a bloody confrontation was coming and only one person could survive. Martin, amidst the storm of criticism, remained calm. But inside, he was being pushed into a corner. Martin used to be smart, calculating, and always kept a safe distance from any risk. But this time, Tyrell's disappearance seemed to have gone too far. Martin knew his past was not clean, and any mistake could turn him into a top criminal. He began to cut off contact with some old acquaintances, erase all traces related to his previous affairs, and seek to protect himself. But all the defense measures were not enough to calm Kenneth's anger. Kenneth began the hunt. He did not believe in the police, did not believe in legal procedures. For Kenneth, justice only existed when he carried it out himself. He dug into what Tyrell left before he disappeared, checked suspicious locations, searched for security cameras in the area where the incident occurred, and found many suspicious clues, all of which seemed to point to Martin. Meanwhile, information leaked from people who had worked with Martin continued to add fuel to the fire. One of them revealed that Martin had recently been having secret meetings with dangerous criminal figures, which raised suspicions that he might be orchestrating some dark plan. Kenneth, with his keen sense and strong survival instinct, immediately pieced together the facts. An unmarked truck that had been parked near the area where Tyrell had disappeared was recorded by a surveillance camera that had been used by a ghost company linked to Martin. In addition, decoded coded messages showed that there had been a shipment of special goods, possibly people, to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. Unable to wait any longer, Kenneth secretly entered the warehouse. What he found there was beyond his wildest imagination. In the dark, musty, and dilapidated room, Kenneth found clear signs of someone having been tied up. Dried blood on the floor, handprints on the walls, and an unmistakable stench. Although Tyrell was no longer there, everything pointed to the fact that the place had been used as a detention center. Kenneth gathered evidence, took video, and immediately moved on to another building, the supposed next destination for the special cargo. There, he found Tyrell for real, exhausted, bloodied, imprisoned, and starved for days. Kenneth rescued his friend in a short chase and took him to the hospital in critical condition. But the most terrifying thing was not Tyrell's health, it was the whispers when he woke up. In a semi-conscious state, Tyrell confirms that Martin was the one behind the kidnapping. He recounts every detail of the process of being drugged, detained, interrogated, and threatened. Martin wants Tyrell to reveal information about a secret project they once collaborated on, involving classified documents, power, and high-ranking figures. When Tyrell refuses to cooperate, Martin does not hesitate to use violence. The horrifying story makes Kenneth lose control. He does not wait for any further intervention from the law. He decides to end everything. One pitch-black night, Kenneth quietly walks towards Martin's residence. His steps are heavy but full of determination. In his hand is a loaded gun, in his heart is pent-up anger and extreme pain. When the two face each other, there is no room for excuses. No chance for forgiveness. A life-and-death battle ensues, without mercy, without mercy. Gunshots ring out as if tearing through the night. Blood spills as an inevitable price for a truth that has been hidden for too long. When it's all over, only one person remains standing, carrying both victory and an obsession that will never be shaken off. That story will be told forever. Not only as a personal tragedy but also as a wake-up call for those who believe that justice can be bent by darkness. And here, our channel will continue to accompany you, revealing the latest, equally fascinating and dramatic developments in Beyond the Gates. Remember to follow and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any shocking details in the next episodes.